Hi everybody, and welcome to Traveling with Russell, and welcome to a new video, and welcome to Apparelivka, where I live here in Moscow region. Now today I thought I'd take you for a walk around my local food market, or what they call in Russia a rynok. It's right behind me. Let's go check it out together, shall we? I've actually come down to the food market with my wife today. Zhenya is right here. She'll be kind of walking in and out of some of the shots. She's not a huge fan of being on YouTube, but I thought as soon as she had to come shopping, I'd come along today and shop with her. Now, this is open every day from 9 a.m. till 8:30 p.m. So it doesn't have as late a trading as a lot of traditional supermarkets have, because a lot of these shops in here are smaller, family-run businesses that really just trade from day to day. Now it's made up of different aisles that we're going to walk down. Now I think I'm going to walk down the middle one and then I'll do a one lap around for you. And we'll just point out what we see here in the market. The first one when you come in is cakes and sweets. And pretty much everything has a price on it, so you don't really need to ask the prices of things. And quite traditionally in a rynok like this, they're handwritten signs where someone literally just writes it in pen and has, you know, very much homemade looking signage. Now the last lane is all of the non-food items and little small shops. There is also a second level on this place as well. So they actually have some other small businesses. I actually have my internet provider based in this building, so quite often I'll come here and pay my bill for my internet. There's a toy shop. So rynoks, traditionally, if you've not heard of one before or you've never been to Russia, they're some kind of a market or a fair, and they've got all sorts of different things. It's basically a shopping center on a smaller scale. These have been around in Russia for a very long time, well before I ever came to Russia. But this is a local one that we come to very often. I hopefully will be able to point out my normal fruit and vegetable seller, and our butcher might be here as well today, we'll see. You can buy here different wool and yarns, so if you want to make a sweater. And then they also have shops with kind of little bits of everything, so things like jewelry and toys and all sorts of things. And then again, all the different things for crafting. It's really interesting if you haven't been here before to sort of, you know, have a look at each little stall individually. This little craft stall actually has lots of different things. I'd never really looked closely at some of these other non-food shops. I feel like I'm leaving you in suspense by leaving it till the end to check out. They also have a little shop here with icons and trinkets. Maybe that's the best way to describe it. And this is the fun thing about rynoks in Russia. Right next door there's a fishing shop, so you can get all of the fishing tackle and fishing rods. They've even got the drills there for ice fishing. Maybe in the Apparelivka River there's people that do some ice fishing. Now I don't generally walk down this last lane as often because I know what's in here. I don't generally need something. There's a men's clothing store here. So there's pretty much everything you need and want. You know, it's not beautiful like a shopping center, but the thing is, it's convenient and it's close to home. And it's literally walking distance for most people. From where I live, it's around about a 10 or 12 minute walk. Here's our first food shop. And they've got cakes and sweets. And they've got these glass cupboards here where you can get candy by weight. We've seen these quite a lot in different supermarkets, and there's all sorts of just normal candy and snacks. In the back there's teas and jams, and it's very nice. And if you want some pastries, have a look at all the choices of pastries. Very nice. So these are actually bulk boxes, but they sell them generally by the piece or by weight. So it's always nice if you don't want lots of things. And the thing with the Rynok, they'll have quite a mixture of things in the store. So a place like this, you can see in the back Coca-Cola there's some coffee, and there's some chocolate at the front. They also have Pringles. And then we come to one of the dried fruit and nut sellers. They've also got seeds. So if you like sunflower seeds, they're very popular in Russia. And this is all by weight, so you can get it generally as big or a little amount as you like. And check it out here on the back shelves here. There's every dried fruit and nut you can possibly want. And this sort of place, you'll just literally just say, I want 100 grams or 200 grams of something, and you're good. You don't need to buy large packagings of them. So it's really convenient. Not sure who is next door, but they've got barbecues and these barbecue kettles here. I'm not sure if these are a traditional Russian type barbecue. Someone can let me know in the comments what they are. And I think I'm slowly coming around to some of the people that I recognize. Of course, I come here quite a lot, so most people know me. And we come to the fruit and vegetable sellers now. Now, a lot of people in these types of markets will have their favorite one that they go to more often than others. So although they all know me from coming in here, we go to a certain one every time. And again, these are all by weight. I'm waiting for strawberry season. When is strawberry season coming? I'm waiting patiently. It's just now slowly starting. And all the beautiful fruit. And the thing is, in Russia, it doesn't matter the time of year, you can get nice fruit, you know. And the thing with a market like this, you can just buy 1 or 2 apples, you know, 1 or 2 mandarins, and you're good. You don't have to buy whole bags of things, and that's the point of a Rynok. It allows you to buy things reasonably. Looks like we're going to be on camera together, and what I'll do is I'm going to walk around the opposite direction. Down here is some more little shops. There's the guy there for fixing your battery on your watch, and he's also got things like light bulbs and cables and batteries. And then there's a place there you can get shampoos. So there's a shop that's got everything. I think this one is a pet shop. Yes. And there's a pet shop here as well. Now, hopefully everyone's okay with me coming in and having a look. We don't have a pet, so I don't come into this sort of store. Have a look at the choices. There is everything and more, really and truly. I've actually been meaning to make this video for quite a long time, and I thought coming today was just a little bit easier because it's Sunday afternoon. It's not quite as busy today as it would be on other days. Also, the weather's not amazing to come out, even though spring has started. So I hope you enjoy this walk around with me. And of course, we're slowly coming into barbecue season, or as we call it here in Russia, shashlik season. So they've got all of the different barbecue coals. And of course, we wrap around now to a couple more of the fruit and vegetable sellers. And quite a lot of things look similar, but these are different sellers. And this gentleman I've known for quite a few years. So we always share a greeting whenever we come by. So there's one on the right hand side here, and then there's one on the left. And I hope the ladies don't mind me getting them in the video. Now it's a little bit quieter, so they're all relaxing and having a little chat between customers. So I'm sure everybody's completely okay with it all. Nice fruits and vegetables. Have a look on the back shelf here too. They've got pickled vegetables by the very big jar right there. And those large ones are only 500 rubles, so about $5 for a huge jar of pickled vegetables. And then there's also the smaller ones right here. This is all by weight. So they just put them in a container, the different pickled vegetables. Or is the one that I like, pickled mushrooms. Oh, right here. This is the one that I enjoy. It's kind of a pickled and garlic flavored mushrooms. Have a look at the fruit again. And this is the whole thing that I want to really show everybody coming to a Rinok like this, rather than going to a supermarket or a hypermarket. You can go to the local shop where you live and get every fruit and vegetable that you want. And the choices really are very, very nice. And pretty much the people at these stalls go to buy the fruit and vegetables or the items themselves and then bring them back here to sell. There's another one with more pickled vegetables. And I think this is like pickled cabbage right here. I don't really necessarily like everything that we see. Now, this is my usual fruit and veg guys right here. And there's two couples that run this place. And they pretty much know me on first name basis. And somewhere my wife is wandering around. I'm not sure where she is. So he's got his glasses on today. What's going on with the smart glasses? You look so much more intelligent with your glasses on. Now, this is the reason why we like this stall, because have a look at how many people are here. So the market generally is quite quiet at the moment. Today is Sunday afternoon of Maslenitsa, so a lot of people probably at home having pancakes. And look at the choices of the cherry tomatoes, very delicious. It's just interesting when you see this place that looks kind of empty, and yet this stall is the most fullest one, and now you know why we like to come and get our fruit here. Have a look at these mangoes, strawberries. About another month or so till strawberries will be in full season. Nice. Also traditional carrots, onions, potatoes. They don't need to look as amazing. And let's swing around and get my other friend right here. So they obviously have customers, so I'll leave them to take care of their customers at the same time. But what's going on with the glasses? You look so smart with them. And I think your wife maybe love you a little bit more now from wearing the smart glasses today. Have a look at those grapes.
Yeah, my friend.
Oh, gift for me?
Da.
Oh, thank you so much.
Moldavski.
Oh, okay. Thank you. Oh, we got a Mandarin. I should film more often in here. What's going on? And the next guy here has all the different nuts and dried fruit. And he also has some honeys on this side as well. And these guys I've seen before here at this stall. And this again is all by weight, so you just get a scoop of something. You know, the point is you're not necessarily coming and buying the whole shop. And then we've got our fish guys. Now they're all busy on their phone while it's a little bit quiet, and it's not as busy today on Sunday afternoon. I think a lot of people shopped maybe Friday, Saturday for today, and a lot of people are at home now just enjoying the food and eating and relaxing on Sunday afternoon. Another stand here with more pickled vegetables. And this store actually has a good mix of different things. They've got some Asian food at the back there, so different sauces. And they've even got different Coca-Colas there. Can you see in the fridge the Coca-Colas? And then also they've got some of the Korean noodles, if that's your thing. Now my usual fish guys are realize what I'm doing and waving. It's very nice. They've got some different smoked and dried fish. They've got some caviar there, and then very nice fresh fish. And they also have some in the tank at the back. If you really want absolutely fresh fish, they'll actually prepare it for you. Let's walk around. We've got one of the cheese ladies. I'm not sure what the name is for a cheese person that sells cheese, but there is a few of them here. There's another one that has cheese as well. And they also have other things too, so you can get, you know, quite a mixture of things that make up different meals. Every time I look up to see Jen, she's disappeared on me. There's a tobacco seller right there, and then over here on the left they've got the gossip magazines and some stationery and things like that if you need a birthday card. So they do have the gossip magazines in Russia with all of the stars and B-list stars, and a little bit of everything as well in this store. Walking on a little bit further, we then come into some of the different delicatessen or meat sellers. This one's got sausages and different hams. And actually, this is where I come and buy my Coca-Cola from time to time. It's a little bit dark with the light in here. It's interesting, you can get sausages and Coca-Cola. And this one has a good mix of different cooking items. This is where my wife will buy pasta or some of the different oils. So my wife comes shopping here quite often because she doesn't necessarily like going to normal supermarkets or full-size supermarkets because there's just too many choices. Whereas when you come to a Rynok, you go to your usual fruit seller or butcher or meat seller and you know what you want. Whereas when you go to a supermarket, you've just got aisles and aisles of choices of things and you're stuck. I mean, of course, this place has got amazing selection. Got some more biscuits and sweets and treats. And then if you want some of the tea biscuits, they've got them back there as well. And these are all by weight. So again, you don't get them by the packaging, just by whatever weight of something that you want. And have a look over here, there's another meat seller. So a lot of these are different hams and pork, sausages. Wow, very nice. I generally walk in here with a bit of a shopping list in my head so I know what I want and I won't wander in here and wander around. Normally I've got a bit of a mission of buying certain things. There's another biscuit and treats stand. And then over here there's one that's got drinks. And for anybody wondering, they've got imported Coca-Cola right there and Fanta and Pepsi. If you're wondering how we know if it's imported, that white label is your giveaway. That just lets you know that it's not domestically produced and it's imported. I've actually got ice creams here as well. So a little bit of everything. And this is what I think everybody in Russia loves about Rynoks, because there's just so many different choices. You can see again cheeses. If maybe you want some olives or some bread. It's a very interesting video to make and to show everybody. And no matter where you are in Russia, in pretty much every town with at least a few thousand or more population, they'll have a Rynok just like this. So this isn't unique just to a Prelivka where we are here. They've got them all over Russia. I mean, as far over as in Vladivostok. It doesn't matter where you live. There's a Rynok somewhere nearby or in a reasonable distance. Some pastries. And if you want some more cakes, I think I should have given everybody the warning about the food and choices in here before I started filming. More choices of cheese. And then if you don't need just cheese, there's also Coca-Cola right there. Finally, I met Zhenya. Now, we walked in together, but we separated. And she's got herself a coffee. And what else did you buy?
Sweater.
A sweater. So she found one of the clothing stores and found a sweater on special. Whoa, that's a little bit close. Let's keep walking around. And we have another mid-seller here, and they do look similar, but each one does have a little bit different things from the next as you walk around. And you know, you might wander in and have a look at 2 or 3 of them and then choose what you want, or you might just go right to your particular stall that you're used to going to. And here they also have eggs, and this is one of the places where you can buy eggs individually, not just by the carton or the box. Quite often they've got a little tray of them on the top, but today they don't. You need the balloons for a birthday. I think they're busy today, they're not here. That's okay. And then there is actually an alcohol store here as well. And of course I've done different videos in different alcohol shops. And of course we'll just briefly walk in. And the selection of wines in this store. Now this is literally a mom and dad type store. It's not a chain store, if that makes sense. And plenty of choices. Of course, vodka's right in front of us. One of the few imported ones to Russia, if you want Absolut. But there is no shortage of choices of alcohol. Depending on where you're from in the world, I think Jack Daniels, Johnny Walker is well known. And they've got plenty of choices of Irish whiskey as well. Yeah, it's very well stocked, this store. Now I come in here occasionally, normally when we need to buy a gift for somebody, or if we're going to go to somebody's house, I'll buy some wine to take over, all the different drinks, and then they've got a nice big refrigerated beer section on the right here. I want to show you something quite unique here on the top shelf. Now they've got the 4.5 litre Chivas Regal just there, and then they've got the Jack Daniels here in the 3 litre bottles, and these have to be made at the Jack Daniels distillery in Tennessee. And how are they possibly in Russia? Someone needs to tell me. And we actually have these in Australia as well, but they're not actually even legally sold in America, so they're purely made for export and not domestically sold. The lady was just telling me about the Coca-Colas here and where they're all from. So she said they were from England, Poland, Great Britain. They have up the top there from Italy. And then you've got American Coca-Cola. Oh, check that out right there, the Cherry Coke. So there's even the American Coca-Cola. And there's even Arizona iced tea in the corner there. The lady in the alcohol shop was so nice just now, and she even recognized me. Really just, most people are recognizing me from coming here so often. No YouTube subscribers just yet though. They also have a frozen food shop here, and we actually buy sometimes the dumplings from here or pilmeni, and sometimes the frozen vegetables if we're doing something specific. It's quite interesting that they've got this little frozen store. Let me know where you live in the world. Do you have a shop like this that's just frozen food items? And it's all by weight. So again, you let them know how many grams of something that you want, and they'll sell you what you need. And this is a little shop here where my wife gets cottage cheese from. And this is actually made locally in Narofominsk, which is the local area. Hello! And this lady, I'm so curious how many years she's been working here. She's been here as long as I've been living in this town. But how many years before that? There's a shop here with fish, and this is all refrigerated, or some frozen fish as well. You can see all the different types. So it's a little bit cheaper when it's frozen fish as well versus fresh. So depending on what you're planning to cook or how you want to make it, is how you generally buy it, right? There's another refrigerated shop with some different cheeses and yogurts. And then this last aisle here is where the butchers are, a little bit further down. And it's a little bit darker in here. Sort of like mood lighting. Here's another cheese cellar. Now there is definitely shoppers coming and going here. It really, any day of the week that you come here, there'll be shoppers in this store or this small food market. This one has predominantly chicken. So there's a separate shop just with chicken. And they even have some rice at the back there and some other ingredients for cooking. Some of the different marinade sauces on the top right there. And then we have more hams. So I hope as you're watching this, you're either very jealous, or you're very hungry, or you're very mad at me, whichever one it is. If you're watching the video and seeing me do a walk around of a very typical Russian rynok, more sausages right here. And then this little booth, there is a guy here that fixes jewelry and fixes watch bracelets and different things, and he's got whole catalogs of things. He's got a little bit blinking LEDs, but if you want to get a piece of jewelry fixed like the clasp or maybe the chain broke, that's the guy you go to. And actually my wife's been a couple of times to have something repaired there. And there's another fish cellar here, and there's the different smoked fish on the top shelf. And then this one normally has laundry detergents and different things in this little shop, but they're not open. Maybe Sunday afternoon. More fish. If you like smoked fish or salmon, then you're good. And then we come to the butchers, and I'm really hoping my friend is here, who I come to probably the most often in this whole shop. There's more fish and seafood. And then we come to the small butchers shops here. And again, this is all by weight. So you just choose something, let them know what weight of something that you want, and then they'll they'll slice it and have it ready for you. And then there's another butcher's on this side, and everything possible. You need more chicken. There's some turkey there as well. And if you need other parts of the animal, more than just wings and legs, you can get it.
Hello.
Hello. Oh, how's it going? There's one of the butchers that I know and his colleague, and he's sorting out some different sausages and meats. And then hopefully here, this is the guy that I really know. He's already got out of his chair before I even got down to him. Hello. Let me shake your hand. So these are people that I know very well, that I come here, and this is the butcher shop that I come to. Now, depending on what I want, I generally come here and then I stand and stare for a few minutes because I can't decide from all the different choices. I just noticed there's a temporary stand here with honey, or fresh honey, and they've even got honeycomb. This is delicious. If you're used to buying just normal honey like you see here in the tubs, at some point have some of this honeycomb. It is very nice. If you've got a local apiary somewhere where you live, or maybe you go to a market like this, get yourself some of that at some point. This is one of the different chicken shops that my wife uses and buys chickens, or chicken breast, or chicken meat. And there's another butcher here. And then I think this looks like it's a newsstand. I'm not sure. Some of these do change from time to time. And they've got different cheeses again. And then we've almost done the lap around. As I slowly make my way out, this last aisle has a lot of non-food items. So there's clothing shops. There's a shop there with cosmetics and perfume. There's even a little cafe if you want a coffee. And I think this is the store where I bought a sweater once. I needed one to go back to the cruise ships with, so I got one from here. And then There's a kitchen shop here as well. And this is the thing with Ryneks in Russia. And this is why people love them, because pretty much anything you want, you can find in one of these small markets. And they've got one of everything in them, as you discover when you slowly walk around and even just ask, have you got this or that? And they'll find it for you. As I head on outside, I really hope you've enjoyed this walk around of a Russian typical food market. I'm hoping my wife is just outside. She didn't probably realize I was going to take so long making the video. I hope this was interesting and a bit of an insight into what food markets look for in Russia, and particularly in regional Moscow, where we are here. We're about 50 kilometers from Moscow. I could literally catch the train right in front of me here and be there in about an hour, depending on how many stops the train would make. If you like the video, give it a thumbs up. That's the best way you can support the channel. Post a comment, let me know what you think, where you live in the world. Do you have food markets like this? I mean, of course, there's a supermarket down the road. There's a supermarket in the shopping center. But a lot of people will come to these markets first rather than going to normal chain supermarkets. And you can understand based on all the different choices and selection in the store there. If you want to watch an old video, one's going to come up right now just here. And if you want to follow me on Telegram, there's a link right there to Telegram. I've lost my train of thought as one of the trains just comes right here. Thanks everybody for watching Traveling with Russell. I can't tell the train to stop while I'm filming, so no worries at all. And I'm going to walk on home now. Thanks everybody. Bye.